Hello everyone, and this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time. So this is a new port for Total War Rome Remastered. This is Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition Remastered. Now, Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition was one of the oldest total overhaul mods. So Chivalry was the first total conversion that changed the setting and the time period and everything of the original Rome Total War back in 2005, 2006. This Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition was the first mod I ever played, actually. And I believe it came out before EB. I want to say that. Now, it's a very nice mod, and I think you'll understand why. But in any case, this is Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition Remastered. I actually did a lot of work on this port. I ported a lot of the files several months ago, but then I got stuck, and with some help from Ahow11, the head of the Imperium Surrectum team, as well as the person in charge of the Rome Total Realism mods nowadays, he was able to help me out. He especially was able to fix the map, which apparently had some serious problems that probably caused a lot of instability in the original Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition mod, as well as, all the mods that were based on it. So, yeah. Anyway, this mod has a campaign that starts in 270 BC. It's your standard Grand Campaign type mod. And as you can see, you've got all these factions here. You've got the Roman Republic, Macedon. This is a pre-release version, by the way, so there might be some changes before you see this fully released. So that you've got the Seleucid Empire, Carthage, Parthia. All of these assets are actually original assets, just upscaled a bit. So I think it looks nice and classic. The Gauls, the Germanic tribes, Illyria, which is a nice faction in the original Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition, Armenia, the Thracians, the Greek city-states, Numidia, Sarmatians, the Iberian tribes, and the Kingdom of Bactria. So, as you can see, the mod doesn't actually utilize all of the faction slots, but, that's okay. Now, it does, in consolidating the Roman factions into just one Roman Republic, it adds Bactra and, what was the other one? Illyria, which is very nice to see indeed. One faction that a lot of people don't like that is missing are the Britannic tribes, and I understand why they were left out here. So, let's get into the campaign here, and I will show off some of the campaign aspects and some of the new units. Okay, so here we are in the campaign as Rome, and as you can see, with the 270 start date, you've got a bunch of rebel provinces around you, and no Pyrrhus to worry about, and as you can see, the original assets, a little bit upscaled, look quite nice. These are, of course, I believe the Webbird units, which are very highly regarded. And I want to show a couple things about this campaign here. So, as you can see, the Roman campaign is a little bit different compared to the other ones. So, the main thing is most of these buildings are pretty vanilla in their effects. Perhaps they are a little bit tweaked in terms of their effects, in terms of how the build times, in terms of how much it takes to construct something, the prices. But the barracks system is quite different. So in Rome here, you've got the Roman citizenship building, and this gives you a whole bunch of, your standard Roman units to recruit. Triarii, Principes, Hastati, Equites, Velites, your standard sort of Roman units. So actually all of these at the beginning, not all of them, but as you can see, you've got Roman citizenship, which is the 5th tier here in Rome. In Capua, you've got the provincial barracks, which is the 4th tier. And this gives you access to mostly everything, right? So in addition, you've got Italian skirmishers, Italian cavalry, Italian auxiliary swordsmen and spearmen, right? And in Ancona, it's the same sort of thing. So actually, you have to build up your supplementary barracks, right? So your stables, your practice range, before you can get access to the last stage of Roman citizenship. And you probably need some other buildings as well. So this is actually how it works for other factions as well. This is probably the most interesting aspect of Platinum Edition there, the recruitment system, because it's pretty vanilla in terms of the building effects that you expect to see, but the barrack system is quite different. But it's pretty easy to understand. I don't think anyone will be too confused by it. But in any case, what I want to do is get into a battle here and show off some of these units. So here we are in a battle here, and I just want to show off some of these Roman units upscaled. And as you can see, these guys, the Roman general, look pretty nice indeed. And as you can see, a lot of the issues with ported units having, the fronts of shields visible on the back, those have been rectified. Thanks in large part to Swagger. I was able to fix some of them, but Swagger helped out with a lot of that. And additionally, you've got the Velites here. You've got your italic auxiliary spearmen, and everything does look classic, right? But with the up-resed textures, they look pretty nice indeed. You've got your Hastati here, looking good. Up-res, they look pretty nice. And I believe there's another unit here. Are they just Hastati again? And Principes, right? A bit of a higher tier unit, looking good indeed. So actually, I believe the opponent in this battle are, they're just italic units again, so Italian skirmishers, looking pretty much as you'd expect. So let's actually get into a battle in the east, and I'll show off some other units. All right, so here we are in the campaign as the Kingdom of Armenia here. And as you can see, you've got a pretty similar type of barracks setup here. I just wanted to show off some of these differences. So you've got royal barracks in the capital Armavir, and you've got, again, a provincial barracks, which gives you access to almost everything you need, but the royal barracks is just a little bit better because it gives you access to cataphracts as well. So that is something to keep in mind there. Again, so the supplementary barracks don't give you the units to recruit initially. You have to upgrade your main barracks tree, right, to the provincial barracks and then the royal barracks. And then for the Romans, it goes up to Roman citizenship. So it's kind of cool in that way. So anyway, let's get into a battle here, and I'll show off how the cataphracts look. All right, so here we are in battle here, and just showing off the cataphracts. So as you can see, the cataphracts especially, and the general, have upscaled quite nicely. So this just shows off a bit of a different type of armor, right? But it gets upscaled pretty well, especially this shield, this gold shield. I really like the way that has been upscaled. And the scale armor on these guys, it just looks really nice. And of course, you've got your archers, your standard sort of hillmen, Curtian spearmen, and some standard cataphracts and your horse archers. So as you can see, everything looks pretty nice, even though these are original Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition assets. And, these units are very old, right? These are not even later, like Roma Surrectum style units. These are pretty old style units. So they didn't, at that time, unit makers didn't know how to fully take advantage of the Rome engine and didn't know how to optimize everything for it. But, you know, these Webbird units look really, really nice. So props to those developers back in the day for making stuff that looks really nice up to this day. You know, just a little bit of upscaling and boom. It looks pretty good. I don't think these guys look bad at all. They look very nice indeed. So let's get back into the campaign there, and I want to show off the campaign map. Okay, so let's toggle the Fog of War here. And as you can see, this is the nice campaign map of Total War, Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition. So as you can see, it looks pretty nice indeed. And again, thank you to AHowl11 for helping with this map port, because, you know, I had ported it a while back, but it was just not working. And that's because there were a lot of issues with this map. But they have all been fixed pretty much. Now, this is not the most accurate map that has ever been made. This was a very early map. And, you know, the sad thing is that a lot of other mods utilize this map as a sort of basis. And I think this map caused a lot of instability in those mods, unfortunately. And, yeah, hopefully once everything gets ported to the remaster, everything is going to be a lot more stable. So the mods I'm talking about Imperator 2 that I just talked about on the channel, 58 BC, Caesar Imperator, 77 BC, Fall of the Republic, Rise of the Empire, Twilight of the Republic, TFT, the First Triumvirate, FMIR, First Man in Rome, Marius. So there are a lot of mods that I think were hurt by this unstable map. And as you can see, it's not the most balanced. It's not the most historically accurate map. I'm not just talking about starting positions, right? But I'm also talking about city placement, especially province choices, and also city choices, right? So, like, I don't know, Adana is like up here, when it should be over here. Kind of where Tarsus is, and Tarsus would be a little more down here. There's a lot of other stuff here I could go over. Artaxata, again, doesn't exist in this time period. But it's good to see Armavir there. Another big thing, you know, province choices, right? Like Seleucia Pieria, very important port town, right? The port of Antioch. But I would have just had it be the port rather than including it as its own province, just because it's a little, with this size of map, it's a little too squeezed in there, especially compared to other areas. But it's okay. It's not the worst. There's also some other interesting choices like Alexandria Herat that doesn't quite make sense. Merv, just some of the... Sogdiana is the city in Sogdiana. Albania is the city in Albania. There's no province of Caucasian Iberia. There are just some choices that I wouldn't have made, but... And also you can see the Himalayas kind of don't exist here, or they're kind of just like hills over there in the Indus Valley. So yeah, a lot of stuff here doesn't quite make total sense, but it's a nice map all in all. Like, considering this is before the sort of Mundus Magnus era, when every mod started to utilize the very nice Mundus Magnus map, which is, of course, far more accurate than this one in a lot of ways. But this map is pretty good, and, you know, there's a lot of nostalgia for this map. This is one of the oldest nice big maps that extends to Central Asia and the Indus Valley that was ever made. It might have been the first one. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition. The units are nice. They're all the original ones, upscaled, so they look really cool. All the original assets, like faction symbols and just 2D art, loading screens, all of that is from the original mod. And it's very stable and it's very lightweight. You know, a lot of these ports, like Chivalry, Lord of the Rings Remastered, these ports are over 20 gigabytes large. Imperium Surrectum, right, which is kind of a combination of Roma Surrectum and Rome Total Realism philosophy, even though it's a brand new mod, is, I think, over 40 gigabytes, I want to say. This mod is a grand total of 3 gigabytes, right? It's 3 to 4 gigabytes, closer to 3. And I mean, 3 gigabytes, that is nothing compared to some of these other mods. And you know, it's just 3 gigabytes because we upscaled all those unit textures. So if you're interested in a lighter mod, but you want a sort of overhaul experience, and you want to play one of those classic mods, but with great performance and with great stability, this is the mod you should check out. Rome Total Realism Platinum Edition. It's a wonderful mod. Great experience. I highly recommend you check it out. So check it out at the Steam Workshop through the link below. If you find any issues, I mean, it has just been released. So if you find any issues, let us know. We'll try to fix it. But yeah, there's a lot more coming where this came from. Remember, a lot of submods were based on this map and this mod, so porting those it's not going to be a walk in the park, but it's going to be a walk in the park comparatively. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos about the historical Total Wars and their mods, consider subscribing to the channel, consider liking this video. Consider supporting the channel through the links in the description below, and I will see you in the next one later. Stay tuned for more coming soon.